What is happening, Toronto Raptor fans? I know what's happening. Losing. Losing is happening quite frequently, actually. And I know what do we expect? We've got our top guys, Scotty B down, Yakapurtle out, RJ Barrett, personal, and obviously, a little shout out to RJ. Our feelings are with you, with your brother situation. Yeah, it can't be fun. Um, But yeah, Raptors lose to the Orlando Magic, and does it not suck losing to Suggs? I mean, I don't love Banchero as it is, and never been a huge Magic fan, even from back in the Anthony Hardaway days and or Penny Hardaway and Shaq being there. Come on, the Magic. I mean, they're a joke, right? They're a Disney team in Disneyland. But yeah, sadly, they beat us 111 to 96. Not a good game, not really at all. But as I said, our main guys are out. I don't know what we expect. We're starting to get used to this losing. But what I really want to get to is, are we tanking? So let's do a little quick recap of the game and then try and determine if we are tanking. Also, want to give a quick shout out to my number one fan, Les. What's up? Saw him and the Preston crew out yesterday, and also want to give a shout out to some of my new subscribers. So hey, thanks. Just like the Raptors have their momentum in this losing streak that we're on, we've got a little bit of momentum here too. So please, if you're not subscribed and you happen to be watching the video, hit me with a little subscribe. It's free, and you can always unsubscribe later if you find that these videos are horrible. But it's really just about keeping a dialogue going after a Raptor game for the true hardcore Raptor fans. I was at the very first Raptor game. I've said once in a while on here. It's still true, no matter how frequently I say it. And I was at the Raptor game when the Bulls lost in that 72-10 season. They say Jordan, I think it was a Sunday afternoon. They say Jordan had a little bit of a hangover because he was out partying in, the big smoke, which could make sense. I mean, especially back then. Not everybody came to Toronto frequently. Obviously, we didn't have a team, right? It was the inaugural year. And yeah, the NBA discovered that Toronto got it going on. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I've been around since day one, and this channel is just about keeping the game alive. In that 2019, I almost started this channel in 2019. Actually, just a quick little tangent. Probably should have, because that's when it came to mind. I would be scouring the YouTube and internet for anybody putting a video up about the Raptors after the game, especially after a win, so I could bask in it a little bit. But after the losses, to commiserate. So that's what those about. So anyway, so thank you very much. Like, subscribe, comment. But we had starters of Grady Dick, Abaji, Olenek, Gary Trent Jr., and Emmanuel Quickly. And wait, I do keep trying to hype up Gary Trent Jr. Last game, 31 points. I mean, I wish we saw a little more of that today. He only had 15, but he still was doing well from three-ish. Oh, sorry, 33. It seemed like watching the game he was doing well from three, but I guess they didn't count one of those that felt like a three. They counted it as a two. So that's going into his 6 of 12 overall numbers, 50% from the floor. Not great. Not great. I mean, good, obviously, but not going to win a game. Grady Dick. They said he was the number one guy from corner threes in percentage. I swear, I think they said number one on the broadcast. Anyway, I should look into that. But yeah, Grady Dick is coming around. Um, Grady Dick is coming around. Anyway, obviously, no pun intended there. Um, but 10 points for him. Agbaji 9. Agbaji looked a little lost in these last few games. Actually, I don't know what is going on with him. He was 1 of 3 from 3-point land, 4 of 9 from the floor. But a little bit hesitant out there. I mean, again, I guess when you put up a 0 in a game and then not too great last game, you're going to be a little hesitant to shoot. Emmanuel Quickly, not great today. 0 for 6 from three. I mean, obviously, we're not going to win if he's not hitting threes. He ended up with 12 points. And yeah, Gary, like I said, 15. Olenek with 11. I mean, it's just yikes. Our bench did better. And one guy that I'm not loving, as we all that watch these channels know, Bruce Brown hurting. I thought that I was watching Raptors Digest, and they said that they heard that we had turned down a first round pick for Bruce Brown. I hope just in the offseason that we trade him for a next year's round pick, first round pick. In fact, there's another guy whose videos I watch. I should know his name because I'm watching him decently regularly, and he's pretty good. But he's talking about the Golden State Warriors trading Andrew Wiggins because who knows what's going on with him, and it's some kind of personal matter. It's funny, actually. I've got a family member that works for that team, and I was for a moment going to reach out and try and find out what it was about. But I thought it's not really any of my business. But my point is, we got RJ coming home, and he's been, turning it up since he came from the Knicks, and we got Kelly Olynyk, happy to be a Raptor that he dreamt about. I think they were saying on the broadcast today since grade four. I've seen other interviews with him where I mean, he played basketball in Toronto, as the Raptors were a team. So of course, why would you not want to play for them? I've always wanted to, get out there on the Blue Jays as they were a team in Toronto when I was growing up. So I think that we should be making a move for oh my gosh, what the heck? Andrew Wiggins. Sorry, his name just jumped out of my head for a second. And let's just assemble almost Team Canada here in Toronto. Then that way we can practice together, and then when we go to the Olympics, we'll be able to have a better turnout. But I also do think that there's something to come into Toronto now. I don't know if Wiggins is just completely fried in his sort of mind, attitude, and everything, and whether or not he'd be able to actually perform as a Raptor. But I'd say give it a shot. I mean, what do you got to lose? The the video that I'm referring to speculated that we could trade Bruce Brown for Andrew Wiggins. Straight up, yeah, I would do that deal, and I would hope that Masai would do that deal as well because he's got to understand that there is potential upside in Wiggins being here around. He's got some sort of family issues, is what the speculation is, and so why not be closer to your family? To help sort of alleviate the pressure and all of that. But back to today's game, coming off the bench. So Bruce Brown, sorry, yeah, I was man, I'm critical of Bruce Brown because I was saying in a couple other videos, he's just a momentum killer. I mean, this game was all over the place quickly. I thought also was a little bit of a momentum killer, just pulling up too quickly, and we were not moving the ball at all. I realized the staff's limited, so maybe behind the scenes they're saying, "Listen, Emmanuel, just feel free to get creative and take it on your own. You don't necessarily need to try and dish it to Agbaji or Grady Dick or whoever the heck is on the floor." But that doesn't make sense because obviously we're trying to develop these guys. So I thought he was pulling up too quickly. But Brown, man, Brown just like he turns the ball over in weird ways. Like he's losing the ball because he wasn't ready for the pass. Do those get counted as turnovers? Let's look at how many turnovers they credited him with. Yeah, only two. And it doesn't. It feels like when you're watching the game that he kills the momentum more than twice in today's game. But anyway, Jordan Nwora, he is looking like a solid shooter. I'm shocked to see here that he was only 1 of 3 from three. I thought he took more than that, but 7 of 9 from the floor. So, again, maybe he had a couple where he was out at the perimeter, but he just looks like he's ready to shoot. He takes the shot without really hesitating, and then makes them. So yeah, he ended up with 18, and then Jonte, he looks okay, but obviously we need Yaka back. Um, Freeman Liberty, he was in a couple of minutes there at the end, and Jalen McDaniels as well. So the question is, and actually, hold on, let me quickly just peek at if there's anything that I want to puke over, because being a Raptor fan, we all know that we sort of thought we were going to end up with Jalen Suggs in that draft where we ended up picking Scotty Barnes fourth overall. And who the heck else went in that draft? Oh my God, why did I even go down this path to what year was that one? Uh, that was the Cleveland Cavaliers grabbed. Oh my God. Okay. Anyway, I'm the worst with names. So in my mind, I'm picturing all three guys that went before Scotty Barnes, but none of them. I think was Jalen, the guy that Houston has. It's a high flying guy, dunking anyway. Oh my God. All right. Forget that I even brought that up. I'll look that up and we can talk about that on future ones. But Jalen Suggs, who, seems like just a little baby. And I'm kind of happy to see. Sadly, I balled too early. I'm happy to see the little bald spot forming in Jalen Suggs that he's going to lose his hair because he's way younger than I am. And yeah, just has attitude, you know? Like, look at him. He's sitting there chirping under his breath when he's shooting free throws at one time in there. And he's got 10 points. Like, dude, you got to chill out, okay? You're 50% from the floor, 3 of 6, great. 2 of 2 from 3-point land, and you hit both your free throws. So, I'm going to give the guy some props that he's decent. But he's not a Scotty Barnes, and he seems angry at the Raptors every time. I'm sure he would be. I mean, I bet you, you're telling your friends it's looking like the Raptors are going to pick me. It looks like I'm going for it. Da, 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 da. That's what all the pundits are saying. That's what all those people on YouTube are saying. That's what everybody seems like they're saying. And then you're sitting there and you go, the Toronto Raptors picking number 4, and they go, the Toronto Raptors are going to pick, and you're holding your breath thinking it's going to be you, and you probably even like beads of sweat are going down your neck, and then suddenly they say Scotty Barnes, and everyone goes, Scotty Barnes, who the hell is Scotty Barnes? It's Scotty Barnes doing his little side-to-side dance there. But anyway, hate to lose to Suggs. Doesn't look like anybody really killed us here. Ben Caro, I mean, 29, my gosh, he's just turning out to be a really nice pick. Um, he was the year after, I believe, and went first overall. And Franz Wagner, however you want to pronounce it, seems like a pretty solid player too. So yeah, Orlando's going in the right direction. The Raptors are not. So we've got 14 games left in this season, and I've got the standings somewhere over here. Where did I put the standings? Here we go. Um, so we've got the Toronto Raptors sitting below the Brooklyn Nets. Looks like we're in 12th. Uh, I should do overall though, right? For the entire league instead of by conference. Sorry. It's okay. So now I got it here by league. Washington Wizards are the worst. Detroit Pistons, who for some reason can beat us, are second worst. The Spurs are also trying to add another player for Wemby. Then we got Charlotte, Portland, Memphis. So Memphis is the magic one. I think that we need to get under because that pick is a 6th pick, even though we can still get in the lottery and we can actually end up with a better pick. Ah, Like, I'm confused whether or not the Raptors are tanking. And the reason is it seems like we're playing hard. Some of the lineups are a little wonky, but we don't have any players available. So it's not like, we have any other options. Um, But the part that confuses me the most, and this is where I'm begging, if anybody's still watching this video, comment on why would the Raptors keep this pick? I'm still confused. The only thing that I can come up with is the Scotty Barnes timeline, I suppose. And then obviously it's always possible to find a gem. They were saying quickly was like 22nd pick overall. We all talked about Pascal Siakam being a guy that, was picked really late. Fred VanVleet wasn't even drafted, and we, brought him in. And he was able to contribute, especially even in the championship season. So, yeah, but why? I don't understand why the Raptors would tank to get a below 6th pick in a draft that people are saying is not a great draft. But I suppose, I guess the only reason is you want to get a player that's younger to get into the Scotty Barnes timeline sooner. And then the idea being that next year, a full season with Barnes, quickly, RJ, Pirtle, who knows if Gary Trent's going to come back again. I do hope that we resign him. Um, and then Olenek, etc. And who knows if we have Brown, maybe we have, as I said, Wiggins instead. So yeah, I guess the idea is that next year the whole season is that we're not this bad, and we end up making the playoffs, and then we don't care that those guys get our pick because it's like 15th or 18th or something. So I guess I just talked myself into it. Yeah, it seems like we might be trying to tank, and I don't know what the scores were tonight. Let's have a quick look and see if Memphis played. Uh, what do we got here? We got, oh man, that's still going on. The Spurs are losing to the Nets. Hawks and Clippers haven't started yet. Here's some finals. All right, Bucks beat the Suns. Wow, 140, 129. Heat beat the Pistons, but that should happen. Mavs. Oh yeah, there was a wacky last shot in that Mavs game. Maybe go check out the highlight. Kyrie, my other favorite, did a little one-handed shot that was pretty interesting. The Celtics pummeled the Wizards, so it looks like most of the teams that should have won. Memphis doesn't seem to have played. So, yeah, are the Raptors tanking? I am going to maybe come to the conclusion that they are, but not on purpose. But Ramsey getting minutes. This guy's on a 10-day contract. I guess why not? It's like a training camp of games that count. You get to go throw guys right into the deep end. They get to, prove what they can do. We get to see what they can do under pressure. I guess it's a win-win-win. There's no way we were going to win the whole thing, even if we made it into the playoffs. I kind of had a fantasy that we can maybe get to the playoffs and give RJ, Scotty Barnes, Pirtle, and quickly some time together, um, to see what that's like and put the effort in. And obviously build on it. I didn't think they were going to even get out of the first round. If they did happen to make it, it would have been nice if they just made it even to the play-in and could have proven that they could make it into the playoffs. It's all about baby steps. But I guess it's the tank is on. I guess the tank is on. So what are we doing? We're hoping for losses, I suppose. It's going to be a fun rest of the season. Talking about the Raptors and where we end up, but maybe I'll get a list of some of the players of who are potentially out there. Alexander Sar, Zachary. Uh, oh my God, man, Sasher. I'm not even sure I'm going to know how to pronounce these people. Reed Shepard. They're saying San Antonio would like to grab Ron Holland. I've got somebody here that did a sort of a NBA.com did some mock drafts. Cody Williams. Rob Dillingham, and then they're saying that San Antonio with their other pick, which is the Raptors pick, picking Nikola Topic. Anyway, let me do some digging. Maybe we'll speculate on who the Raptors would be tanking to get. Because I don't know. Do we need a center now that we've signed Olynyk to a few years? Maybe we don't. We just develop Jonte Porter a little bit slower in the background and keep Pirtle for the next run. Because I think Pirtle, it wouldn't be the worst. You don't totally need such a young big man, I don't think. But we got Scotty Barnes is 22 and Jakob Pirtle's like what, 26, 27, maybe. If Jakob Pirtle's like 33 and the vet on our team when we're going deep in the playoffs and trying to win a championship, I think that could work. But maybe we need a power forward. That's probably what we should be trying to find. Power forward to replace the best power forward in the league that we had on our team months ago named Pascal Siakam. I don't know. The whole thing's bizarre. Anyway, I'm rambling a little bit. Raptors lose. Not a great game. Kind of sad. Uh, a back-to-back Orlando loss is never fun. Some positives. Grady Dick going 66.7% from 3-point range. That's kind of nice. That's about it, though. Jordan Nwora with the 18 off the bench. Also nice. I will give that some props too. So, yeah, Nwora looks like he could be a player. Jonte shows some signs. I don't know if Jalen McDaniels isn't doing anything that we thought he would. But, if Grady Dick is going to continue to do this stuff and Agbaji can get any kind of consistency, might have a nice bench next year to go along with Barnes, RJ, quickly, hopefully Gary Trent, and Jakob. So, Mr. Beast for President, thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. And we'll see you guys next time.